Thanks, Andre. Good afternoon, guys. I'll direct my question to James. You've played in a lot of playoff games and in a lot of playoff series, and they go up and down and back and forth a little bit. In your experience, what are a couple of keys to recover from a game that obviously didn't go your way? And I'm sure you guys feel you can play better than you did yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. I think obviously it wasn't how we wanted to start the series, but that being said, there's lots of up and downs through a playoff series and as you go along here. So for us, it was a little bit of a wake-up call. I think we kind of just dipped our toe in the water and we weren't fully committed to how we need to play. So we had a good practice today. We'll put that behind us, learn from it, and be a lot better tomorrow.
Next question, Jason Greger. Jason, as soon as your microphone is active, you can go ahead.
James, your experience in playoffs, you might have the most on this team, and it's a real roller coaster up and down. And I know everybody says, and it's a cliche because it's true, you got to stay even keel. But in a best of five, where it's obviously shorter, what message do you say to your guys to not get too wound up after one loss?
Yeah, it's definitely a shorter, 3 out of 5. So I think you just go into tomorrow's game and look at it as a must win. And, we just need to play a lot better, I think. And that's to each guy. I don't think, it was just one or two guys. I think it was a lot of guys that, didn't bring it. And for whatever reason, we're just a little hesitant in our game. So, we just need to be a lot better. And we know that. And I thought, like I said, we started in practice and had a good practice today. And, after games like that, emotions run high and, you think the world's coming to an end for a little bit. So you need to sleep on it and come back and kind of put it behind you and refocus. So we'll learn from that and we'll be a lot better tomorrow.
Next question, Brian Rashad. Brian, as soon as your microphone's active, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Andre. Question for Adam Larsson. Adam, just looking at you and your D partner, Oscar Klefbom, whether it's against Taves or Kane or whoever it is, what things do you guys as a pairing look to shore up a little bit in the next game between the two of you?
Well, I think it's obviously looking at yesterday, we didn't go as we planned. And just moving forward here, we have to play them a lot harder, having a little bit more under control. There are really good players that you have to be aware of. And it's going to start tomorrow and it's a very important game for us. And yeah, it's play them a lot harder and a lot smarter.
Next question, Mark Spector. Mark, as soon as your microphone's active, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Leon, your coach.
Mark, we can't hear you.
Coach talked up. You got behind a little.
Mark, we're having problems with your audio. We'll come back to you in a second there, Mark. Next question will be for Jack.
And not just you, the whole touch. Sorry.
Did he just walk over?
Leon, I wanted to ask you, is what happened the other day at all a reminder of San Jose Game 4? And can you draw upon that experience?
Great. Go ahead, Jack. Grab the microphone. Go ahead again.
Andre, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Sorry about that.
No, my apologies. Leon, I wanted to ask you about some parallels that maybe you can draw between yesterday and Game 4 against San Jose, where, again, it necessarily didn't go your way, but you guys were able to come back in 2017 and kind of close out that series in a similar scenario where 2 more losses would have eliminated you.
Yeah, obviously, like James said earlier, it's a shorter series. So, we have to obviously try to limit our mistakes. And yesterday there's just way too many. So I think we know that. We know what we have to do better. Like you said, it does have that same feeling. I think we came out the next game and just played really solid. And I think that's just what we're looking for tomorrow. Nothing special. Just trying to bring our A game.
Next question, Ryan Rashad. Ryan, go ahead.
Leon, just following up on that a little bit, I know you guys have set a high standard for yourselves this year, and maybe just talk about striking the balance of being appropriately frustrated with the way that game one went and kind of getting over that and staying even keel heading into game two. Like, how do you kind of harness the frustration, but get yourself in the right headspace?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's a little stretch where you're very frustrated, especially after the game, last night. But today's a new day. Like James said, we had a great skate today, and I think we know what we have to do to, be successful and be a good team and a hard team to beat. So you have to be frustrated about it for a little bit, but you obviously can't dig too deep into that. It's one game, and we have to look forward to try and win game two.
Mark Spector, go ahead.
Sorry, guys, if that was on mine, I apologize. Leon, one of the things perhaps that happened in game one was you got behind a little bit, and everybody, as Dave Tippett said, they were cheating to try to catch up. One of the things this team got really good at this year is being patient, right? And waiting for your opportunity and not cheating to get goals to erase a deficit. Can you turn that around? Is it that easy to just be patient in game two and wait for your chances?
Yeah, I think we know that we're not going to win by, opening it right up and try and beat teams by, 7 goals. Like I think we know that, especially in the playoffs, there's not very many games you're going to win if you give up 6. So, yeah, like I said, we know what we have to do. We know we have to be solid in all the areas. We know what our strength is as a team, and we're obviously looking to get back to that, simple game that makes us very effective as a team.
Next question, Jason Gregor. Jason, as soon as your microphone's active, you can go ahead.
It's for James or either Leon or Adam. This situation's so unique for you guys because everyone's together all the time. Is that a positive in a way after something like this? Like, does it give you more time to, I don't know, if you're playing cards or you're playing shuffleboard or cornhole I saw is outside there? Like, is that better than having maybe guys go their separate ways? How do you use that as a positive?
Yeah, I think, I think you're playing for each other more than anything. I think, even it goes into the games with the no fans, so you're looking at the guy next to you on each side, and you're playing for a little extra for them. So it gets you tight. We had a tight group anyway. We had a great locker room. We had a lot of great guys in our dressing room. We have a lot of fun together. So it's always nice to be around the guys. I think anytime, you talk to a player that's retired or out of the game, the thing they say they miss the most is, hanging with their teammates. So for us, we're getting to see a lot of each other.
Next question, Derek Van Diest. Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess this question for Adam and maybe James, you want to chime in as well. I just want to ask you about in a situation like we're in right now, where there's no crowd, there's no energy in the building, and I know playoff hockey is all about emotion and maintaining that level of intensity. How do you guys manufacture that or try and maintain that when you don't have that energy in the building? Like, do you have more chatter on the bench when someone makes a big hit? You have to kind of be conscious of, okay, we're going to have to cheer that on, or we're going to have to cheer those good plays on, or we're going to have to be a bit more kind of cheerleaders than maybe we normally would when the building is full and they kind of do that?
You want me to take it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different situations. But I mean, like when we're out on the ice, it's still the game of hockey, and it feels like any other game, but it's a little different on the bench in the or in going out to the rink. That's probably the biggest difference, but playing is the same. And I think just having a lively bench will get you a long way.
Next question, Bob Stauffer. Bob, as soon as your microphone's active, you can ask your question.
All right, this question's for James. You've got probably the most playoff experience of anybody. Is it possible, the way the game's played today, to be as physical as maybe some of those playoff games that you've been involved with in the past? Or is it a different game? Because, many of us grew up watching games where there were 60, 80, 100 hits. I'm just wondering if you can play that same type of game today get everybody physically engaged as maybe, you know, when you broke into the league or a few years ago?
Well, I think it has to do with the teams and the matchups for sure. I think, you know, depending on who you're playing, whether you're playing more of a skilled team or playing more of a heavy physical team. But yeah, I think the team that has the combination of, you know, the skill and the willingness to be physical and do all the hard things that help you win is going to be the team that wins the Stanley Cup. I think you saw that with St. Louis last year. You know, they had skill, but at the same time, they're a heavy, strong team. So you need to have it all. And you know, I don't think our game was nearly physical enough last night, and we need to be better in that area because you know, Chicago's definitely a skilled team. We can definitely be harder on them.
Thanks very much to Leon, James, and Adam. That will be it for now. We'll have the head coach, Dave Tippett, joining us shortly, so just stay tuned. Thank you.